Today I got to do a hanger job on an RV, so I have to drive up to Grass Valley, put a hanger on a trailer, weld cross members into the back of it. First, I need to go to Placer RV storage and work on a boat trailer, do a once over on everything, make sure that's working. Boat trailer, I need .3 brake fluid. Got brake fluid, got my torch, not for the boat trailer, obviously. I've got material for weld on cross members. It's a low parts need day. I got hangers, I got material for welding on cross members, I got .3 brake fluid. I think we're good. Let's get to it. Made it out to the boat trailer. This thing looks pretty clean. All the seals were still fine. I crawled up and underneath there. Master cylinder looks great. It's clear. There's no rust whatsoever. So I'm gonna flush the lines, make sure the lines are working, make sure the brakes are working, make sure the lights are working, and then kind of kick this one down the road because this one looks fine. Trailer up in the air. I'm gonna flush lines, make sure brakes are working, make sure lights are working. Tires are up. Jack stands in. We'll just leave that in. This is in. Good to go. I'm getting passenger side up in the air now. Rotors look like they've been working. Brakes look like they've been working. Got it. Let's bleed these brakes. Beautiful. Got some D-Max disc brakes. Amazing. UFP axles. I'm gonna double check this. It feels just a little loose. So I'm gonna tighten that up and torque it. Inch and 5/16? What is that? All right, let's check all main bolts here. I'm just torquing them, making sure they click. Front driver side's torqued. Rear driver side's torqued. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh. Passenger side torqued. Passenger side front. All bolts are torqued. Split these brakes. And longest run on this is going to be the driver's side rear. Top bleeder is open. Let's get this breakaway latch off and then we can bleed the brakes manually. Now let's get our funnel, fill this up, bleed the lines. Got my funnel. Got some .3. Best way to bleed these, get a funnel kit from Harbor Freight, cut the bottom of it. The largest funnel fits right into the top of the master cylinder, makes a nice seal. You can fill up the .3 all the way to the top of the funnel. Makes life easy. Now we bleed the brakes. Let's see what the bleeder looks like. Good fluid, no air on the lines. Let's tighten this down. Second longest run is passenger side rear. Bleeder's open and pump. Everything's pumping great. Fluid's going down nice and smooth. Oh, one little air bubble right there. No air on the lines on the second longest run. Driver side front is the third longest run. Bleeder's open. No. Whew. Dropped a little foam inside that. Filled it up with .3, let's pump. These are my favorite ones to bleed because they're so easy. Put a big lever and pull. No air in the lines, tightening up bleeder. And the last run's gonna be the passenger side front. Bleeder's open. And let's bleed. Fluid's pumped. And tight. All bleeder valves are tight. Lines are flush. Fluid looks great. Let's test brakes. Take funnel out, put the plug in. We got to put the breakaway plate back in. 1/2-inch socket takes these bolts off. Plate is back in. And this plate just holds the actual lever itself from being reset. So if it ever comes off the ball, it'll keep the brakes locked up. Top fasteners are tight. Driver side front, free spinning. Driver side rear, free spinning. Passenger side rear, free spinning. Passenger side front, free spinning. Locked in. Brakes should be activated. Passenger side front, locked up. Passenger side rear, locked up. Driver side rear, locked up. Driver side front, locked up. Pull it back, put the tab up. And back. Brakes should be released. Driver side front, free spinning. Driver side rear, free spinning. Passenger side rear, free spinning. Passenger side front, free spinning. Brake pad life is great on passenger side front. Brake pad life on rear is great. Driver side rear, pad life is amazing. Driver side front, pad life is amazing. IPA Tools 4105 is plugged in. 12 volt is not working. Electric brakes are not working. This trailer does not have either of those, so we're good. Marker lights are on. Driver side front, marker lights are good. Left turn is on and working. Right turn is on and working. Back to markers. Markers rear are good. All marker lights on passenger side front are on and working. Let's check reverse solenoid. Reverse solenoid is clicking on and is activating. This backup solenoid is activated by your truck's reverse circuit. When this is activated, it blocks the fluid from going down the lines. So when you're backing up into a ramp or into your driveway, your brakes are not locked up, preventing you from backing up into either of those spots. If this goes out, you're not going to be able to back up, and it's a pain in the butt. Tires and wheels going back on. I love these lug nuts. These things are solid. It's billeted. I think it's out of one piece of aluminum. They always go on so well, and they tighten so well. And torquing lug nuts. All lug nuts torqued. Trailer's back on the ground. This job's done. Once over on everything. I torqued all the bolts that needed to be torqued. Lug nuts are torqued. I've flushed the lines, made sure the brakes are working. Brakes are working. All lights and wiring work. This one's done. I'm going to the next one. Made it out to the second job. I'm gonna cut off this rear hanger. He had it fixed in the desert. I'm gonna cut this one off, weld a new hanger here, weld a cross member into it, weld a cross member into the front. I did this cross member like, gosh, 2 years ago, 3 years ago already, and it's held up fine. I'm gonna add 2 more cross members onto this trailer. Let's get to it. Tires are up and off the ground. Let's get this blocked out. Did I forget my 12-ton jack stands? Yes. Do I have my 6-ton? Yes. So, at least I'm not putting the whole weight of the trailer on this. I'm just making it so I can take this tire off and still be safe. Blocks in, coming down. Tires off. Let's drop this axle down a little bit, take this off, take this old hanger off, make it look better. Shoulder bolt, so it's gonna be an 11/16 socket. Good, and 13/16 on the bolt head. Good, everything's free. Well, that thing needs a new bushing, and it's a bronze bushing, so of course it's torn apart. So look at that thing. Oh, let's get this torched off. One side's off. I got that, grind that down. I'll put a piece of 2x2 to reinforce this 2x2, put the hanger on top of that. Slowly but surely getting it done. A little bit of 3/16 will do ya. I'll cut that down, weld it in, patch that 2x2. I'm honestly just straight worried about cutting this hanger because it's all going into the undercarriage. I have my fire extinguisher, but I really don't want to do any damage to the bottom. Oh, I wonder if I could do that. Well, I'll see if this wood block will stop the sparks. This thing needs a new bushing. New bushing's in. We're ready to go. I gotta patch this out here, weld this on. We are 30 1/2. Let's get the welder out. Everything's in, everything's square, let's tack it. Passes are done. I'm going to put the cap over the top of that. All right, got everything welded on this side. I'm gonna measure out for the cross member and then weld the cross member in. Thought I was done, forgot to weld the other side. Cross member's gotta be 70 and a 16th. 70 and a 16th. 70 and a 16th, got it. I'm marking out the next one, 70 and a 16th. Let's see if I can do this. I got vice clamps over there, got a clamp there. I'm gonna put the 2x3 against that clamp up there and then see if I can tack this. Oh, easy, dude. Look at that. You kidding me? Bring it back a little bit. Might burn my here, but that one's tacked. Oh, that works so great. Hell yeah, that's already square. Ow. Ow. That side's good. And that's welded. Good, we'll even keep the mat up in the air. All right, see the front axle. Get under here. Oh, where'd I put that clamp? Didn't do a checklist before I crawled. Hit it from the other side on this one. Ah. I don't know if this will work. I think we're gonna have to not do this one. This looks like the water tank and it might be full. All right, he's gonna have to go with one. I can't even get a cross member in that thing. He's got water in it and that's not going anywhere. I can't lift that. Okay, he gets one for his trip. We'll figure out what to do on the next one. Normally these things don't break the front. Knock on wood, obviously. All right, let's crawl out of here. 7/8 socket for the shackle bolt nut. 13/16 for the bolt head. Make sure you have your tool on tighten instead of reverse. Tight, we got some movement. Awesome. Let's paint. And the absolute only paint you should be using to spray paint, because it's the best. Ready to go. Greased. Beautiful. Let's get it on the ground. This one's done. New hanger on the rear. There's the new hanger. New cross member on the rear. I couldn't put the cross member on the front because the water tank was too low, and I don't want it to damage it while it's going down the road. So I'm gonna just send them with no cross member on the front. In my experience, those usually don't break, but we can always come back and put a new one on there. But the water tank just is super low, and I'm afraid it would cut into it. But this one's done. I'm on to the next.